because I do have a visitor, so I need to explain some things really quickly. You will hear God a lot in the music, and sometimes I will say God when I'm standing here. But here at Thrive MCC, we really believe that there are many names for what holy is. And we try not to limit anybody to what they call holy. Your experience is your experience, and we don't dictate what that experience is. So whatever I say today, just roll with it, my peoples. You know, Kay. So last week, we talked about Moses and the burning bush. Remember? And what was the point last week? Oh, great. So y'all don't remember. So there's no point in me being here. Somebody call Facebook up. Let me call somebody from watching from Facebook land. No kidding. So there was a little bush. And Holy says to the little bush, hey, I need to sit in your branches for a minute. So the little bush says, okay. And that led us into a conversation about sometimes Holy uses ordinary, everyday things to make holy conversations begin. That was in Exodus chapter 3. We're still there, actually. So this week, I'm going to talk to you about some other things that God said in that same meeting. So, if I can get to the little pink tab. So, Holy's in the bush, talking to Moses, who's freaking out because there's a bush that's on fire that's talking to him. Okay. So from the bush, God says, I've taken a good long look at the affliction of my people in Egypt. I've heard their cries for deliverance from their slave masters. I know all about their pain. And now I have come down to help them, pry them loose from the grip of Egypt, get them out of that country and bring them to a good land with wide open spaces, a land lush with milk and honey. The Israelite cry for help has come to me, and I've seen for myself how cruelly they've been treated by the Egyptians. It's time for you to go back. I'm sending you to Pharaoh to bring my people, the people of Israel, out of Egypt. Moses answered, but why me? What makes you think that I could ever go to Pharaoh and lead the children of Israel out of Egypt? I'll be with you, God said. And this will be the proof that I am the one who sent you. When you have brought my people out of Egypt, you will worship God right here at this very mountain. Then Moses says, okay, suppose I go to the people of Israel and I tell them, the God of your fathers sent me to you. And then they ask me, what's God's name? What do I tell them? God said to Moses, I am who I am. God continued, this is what you're to say to the Israelites. God, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob, sent me to you. Now be on your way. Gather the leaders of Israel, tell them God, the God of Abraham, of Isaac, and Jacob, appeared to me, saying, I've looked onto what's being done to you in Egypt, and I've determined to get you out of the affliction and take you to the land flowing with milk and honey. Believe me, Moses, they will listen to you. Then you and the leaders of Israel will go to the king of Egypt and say to him, the God of the Hebrews has met with us. Let us leave this place to worship our God. Moses objected. They won't trust me. They won't listen to a word I say. I'm going to stop there. God ends up giving Moses some things that he could throw at the people that don't believe him. We got some kids in here today. How many times does mama have to tell you to do something before you do it? Your children thinking. Don't tell Constance. Both of your boys went, My mama had a saying. If I have to tell you more than one time, we're going to have trouble. Then, if I'm in trouble, she would say, if I have to count, if I get to 3, I knew that if she got to 3, it was bad things. Did anybody notice what happened here? And what continues to happen as you keep going through chapter 4? God's saying, Moses, I got this great cool thing I want you to go do. Moses goes, what? Why? Why me? Are you sure about this? Are you sure it can be me? You do remember I killed an Egyptian, right? That's why I'm living out here in no man's land as it is. And what happens? God says, Moses, I got a job for you to do. Second time. They're not going to trust me. Fine, Moses. Let me give you some stuff. For a total, from chapter 3 to chapter 4, total of 5 times, Moses tells God why it shouldn't be him that gets sent to Egypt to free the Israelites. 5 times. When we reach the 5th time, our little story says that God got mad. See, Moses started making excuses. It was excuse after excuse. They're not going to trust me. I'm not the one for this job. Then his final one was, I don't speak well. I stutter. Well, as y'all all know, it don't matter if you speak well because I'm up here every week. But that was his final thing. I don't speak well. They're not going to listen to me. And God gets upset. He's like, you know what? Ain't you got that relative Aaron? I'll send him with you. I'll tell you what I want to be said, and you tell Aaron, and Aaron will do it. 5 times, Moses had to be told, it'll be okay. It'll be okay. You can do this. What's the point of this? Because, that's the Old Testament. That's way, 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 way on back, right? The handed down stories. How many times do we make excuses for all of the things that we're told we should do or that we could do? And we go, not me. I don't speak well. Not me. I don't have any money. I can't help people. What other excuses?
I don't have the time.
I don't have the time for that. That's a good one, Jane. Oh, there's a hurricane coming. There's a hurricane coming. I'm sorry. I hope you got a canoe at your house because I'm going to stay over at mine's. Excuse after excuse after excuse. See, we've already said a few times in the past month how holy moves in all of these situations and how holy gives some of us a position so that we can be the ones that can get a message out. We talked about Colin last week. I'm not going to butcher his last name again this week because I was told I got it wrong last week. Y'all know the quarterback man that I wore my protest shirt last week. I always get his name wrong, sorry. What's his name? Capper what?
Kaplan?
Kaepernick? Copernic? I don't know. You say tomato, I say tomato. I wore his t-shirt last week is all I know because we have our theme going right every week. There's a shirt. But we talk about how God can use, holy can use normal everyday people to broadcast a message. Colin's message was about the oppression of people of color. That is still his message. But what happened if when the time came, Colin said, yeah, but I can't do that. Who am I? Are you sure you want to use me, God? I'm just an NFL quarterback. You're just an NFL quarterback. TV, lots of people watching you. Yeah. You're known everywhere you go. Yeah, Colin, I'm sure you're the perfect one for this job. So, what's the job that you're supposed to be doing that you're making up all the excuses for? I'm too tired. I don't have the time. I don't have the money. I don't have the means. I don't have the whatever. What is it you're supposed to be doing? I ain't had time to practice. What is it that you're making up? That you're saying, this is why I can't serve you. This is why I can't serve your people. Because that's what it's about, right? Yeah. Loving one another and serving one another. That's right. What happens if you keep going, I can't? Mm-hmm. You'll get more coffee. Because that's always my excuse. I haven't had enough coffee yet. Y'all way quiet. Y'all worried about Irma? Okay, here, let's just talk about it. Number one. I heard some bullcrap this week about how Hurricane Irma is for the punishment of, you list whatever you want us to be punished for. I've heard that it's the punishment for, LGBTQI people existing. I've heard that it's the punishment for interracial marriage. I've heard whatever. They've said we're being punished for these things. Okay, if you believe in that version of holy, that's a jerk of a holy. That ain't my version of holy. That ain't who we talk about here at Thrive MCC. That ain't who we going to be talking about when we talk about love one another, because that is not the example you set. I'm mad at you, so now I'm going to flood Sherry and Jane and Leslie and, no. So if you heard that and you were upset by that, don't worry about that. It's bull crap. Holy's not a jerk. Holy is a being. Some of us argue that point, but I'm just going to use that word for myself. Holy is a being that just wants us to love one another and to give our best and do our best. Holy ain't about destroying Miami because I'm loving a woman.
No.
Oh no, I just told my secret. Publicly. And on Facebook Live. Oh no. The other thing for the little kids. Okay. Yeah, it's going to be windy. Yeah, there's going to be rain. But you got mom, right? Mom going to let anything bad happen to you?
No.
If it's within mom's power, is anything bad going to happen to you? No. Because why? Because mama loves you. Mama's going to take care of you. Now, over at my house, it's every person for themselves. I ain't gonna lie to you. She on her own. If a tree comes through the roof, I'm out. I'm done. Come on. You better grab your dog. I'm grabbing mine. She know I'm kidding. I'm just trying, we have a stressful evening coming. We're trying to liven things, laugh and don't pop me. It'll be okay. So, and here's the thing. There is a scripture in the Bible that talks about how perfect love drives out fear. Now, common sense and science tell us that storms are going to happen. Is this a bigger one than we've seen in a while? Yeah, but y'all don't tell because, climate change ain't real to, so. I said I wasn't going to go there today, but I'm going to go. Look, it's simple. This says we're supposed to love one another with all of our heart. So if I love you, I'm not going to do bullcrap things that are going to hurt you, right?
Yes.
If I love you, and I know that if I drive a Hemi and it emits all this horrible stuff, then eventually your breathing is going to be compromised, right? Am I going to drive the Hemi? I'm not. Because I'm going to care about whether or not you breathe it. This whole loving one another thing goes beyond just, oh, you need lunch? I can buy lunch. Everybody wants to keep saying that holy things and these other things don't mix. We have the evangelicals who were the ones saying the crap about this storm was for our punishment. We have these evangelicals who say they believe in certain things that are in here, but when it matters, I ain't got to do that. I ain't got to do that. What do you mean love gay people? I ain't got to do that. Why? Because this book that you claim to follow says you should. We're supposed to love one another. That means if you're without electricity and I have electricity in the next couple of days, I reckon you can come to mine. That was funny face, not for real. You can really come if you need to. I don't know where we'll put you, but Gotta like dogs, though, because I got two mean ones. Well, one mean one, one sweet one. But if we really love one another, then all of these things that are political do come into play. Because guess what? I'm not going to vote for somebody that's going to say your rights don't matter. I'm not going to vote for somebody that's going to say, you know what? You come from an immigrant family. You were born here. They weren't. Bye. I'm not going to vote for people that are going to push that. I'm not going to put people in powerful positions that are going to look at all of us and go, no. I'm not going to vote for people that say it's okay for people to go hungry. I'm not going to vote for people who are going to say all of us should just disappear. Because when you love everybody the way that holy word says, because, you know, this is the Christian's version of holy words. If you're going to love everybody the way it says that you're supposed to love everybody, then all of that matters. If you're going to commit an action that's going to harm other people, that's going to put them in harm's way, guess what? We need to talk about this God you say you follow. Because I'm reading the same book you're reading. I like to read lots of books, though, y'all, so I read lots of things. And if you tell me you follow a certain thing and then I go and read it, and I come back to you and go, so you meant it when you said that you follow that, right? And you say yes. My very first question to you is going to be, then why? Then why? Christy, what does this have to do with Moses? It's simple. 5 times Moses tried to get out of doing what Moses was supposed to do. Which was what? Go face down a powerful government and say, let my people go. Let my people go. You my people. All of us are connected. We all have a job to do. I need to know, are you making excuses to get out of doing your job? I need to know if you're really going to, just like we talked about last week, if you're really going to be there. If you're really going to have my back. Not even just mine. Somebody you don't even know. Are you going to jump up if somebody goes to harm somebody you don't know and go, whoa, what are you doing? Or, I'm too busy, I don't have time. Well, yeah, I meant it until, it applied to visitors. And then I didn't mean it anymore. No. Wrong answer. So 5 times Moses said, God, this is why I can't do what you're telling me to do. And God's best answer was this. Moses, I'm with you. It doesn't matter what comes next. It doesn't matter what Pharaoh says. I am with you. And my people will be free. That was a good one. See, holy calling everybody in this room, even you little ones. And when you're scared and you don't want to do the things that you're supposed to do, you don't want to speak up, holy saying, I'm with you. I've got you. And my people will be free. My people will be free. Every group represented by this week's shirt will be free. That's what it means to love one another. It means that we actually do the things we say we believe. It means we actually get up off of our butts and show up when it matters. It means that I bring you food if I know you need food. It means I bring you clothing if I know you need clothing. We show up. Hurricane Irma's going to come. She's going to do what she's going to do. It doesn't matter. We're going to be okay. Because I got you and you got me. And once we get through Irma, there is a political landscape that needs to be addressed. Because you are Holy's people, and you will be free. And all the people said,
Amen.